Hi, today I am going to show you how I put together my very natural, clean look for Zoom calls so that my skin kind of looks decent, half decent, and I can look okay on camera and just put it together super duper quickly. Okay, so obviously most of us are on Zoom all the time now on our Zoom calls. And so I wanted to show you how I put together a really natural, clean Zoom look that my skin, my skin is never going to look completely flawless, obviously. My sort of imperfect skin at 56 years old, but how I can put it together in a way that I'm also looking at myself on camera and going, okay, well, I look okay. My skin looks nice and dewy and natural and as good as it can possibly look. And also that I'm nourishing and protecting my skin. Because the thing is, honestly, at my age, I don't want to slap on a bunch of makeup and sit, in a room all day long in my office and then just feel my skin aging as the days go by. If possible, I want to use makeup as skincare. And I want to be able to throw beautiful products on my skin in the morning, knowing that they're doing their beautiful anti-aging goodness. And at the same time, I can quickly, hop onto a meeting and know that I'm looking as good as I possibly can. And my look is not obviously sort of like heavily made up. There are other people that can do that better than me. So my look is as natural as can possibly be. Now, I went along to my local clean green beauty store in Los Angeles, which is called Credo Beauty. Credo is clean beauty. And I absolutely love the Credo stores. I'm going to give you the link underneath so that you can shop these products if you want, a link to their store. And they have actual brick and mortar stores as well in various cities. So you can go look up their store locator. But I love this store because they've curated really beautiful, almost like the best of clean green beauty. So it's always a really fun store to go to. Also, they have people that you can speak to. So if you're shopping online, they're incredibly helpful. They have a service that if you're trying to match your skin for the right color foundation or whatever it is, they can really help you. They've really stepped up that game during the last year so that you can shop online as well. Now, I'm going to show you the products, my favorite products from this kind of haul, as it were, and really what I'm wearing now. I'm not wearing all of them right now because there's quite a few products that I want to get through, but I'm just going to sort of take you through it. I will say, as a big piece that I would just want to say before we get to this, is that these products are definitely splurge products. They are not inexpensive products. They're not drugstore prices, Target prices by any stretch of the imagination. So I really want to say that before we get into this, because some of you will be going, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. And I will say that with things like, I think, foundations and certain serums and many of these products, not always, but a lot of the time you get what you pay for. I use my products very sparingly, and a little goes a long way. So things like body lotions and things like that you slap on and you're using a lot of product every single day, that's where I won't splurge. Face mask, scrubs and things like that, because I can either make them or get them way less expensive at the drugstore, or I might get given a really lovely one for a holiday gift or something. But these are products that I would, if I could, splurge for. So let's start off with what we need to do when we get up in the morning. You've got a day on Zoom, a day in the office, and what we're going to put on our skin. So the first thing is I want to say is when right now I have natural daylight. right? I'm lucky because you can see in my office, I've got tons and tons of beautiful natural daylight. If you can possibly set yourself up in front of a window, and you have to check your different windows, because if I was to sit in front of that window or that one, obviously it's different kind of angle of the light, but it just so happens that luckily for me, where my desk is, the light is really nice, the natural daylight that comes in, and natural daylight will always trump diva lights or ring lights or artificial lights, always. You can augment with a couple of lights, but in the evening when my light goes, and I have a couple of lights that I use, I really don't like the way that I look. It's like, oh, it's kind of a weird orangey, artificially, it looks weird. So I really do like natural daylight. So if you can engineer your desk, computer, whatever, in front of a big open window, that's really where you want to go. Also on Zoom settings, obviously there are settings now like touch up my appearance settings, and I have mine dialed up a little bit, but not too much, because I've seen some people that dial it up so much that you look like you're completely, everything's kind of sort of weirdly soft focused out, and it looks a little obvious and a little weird. So find your level very carefully on how much you want to do that touch up your appearance kind of thing. Now that being said, if you're sitting in front of a window like I am, excuse me, and I have lots of natural light coming in, I need to protect my skin. Just because I'm not sitting in the sunlight doesn't mean that I'm not having masses of UVA and UVB rays coming in every day. So I recommend a vitamin C serum every single morning. And if you're using retinol at night, which I do, you really need to protect your skin. Now, this is a beautiful brand that I came across in Credo called Mara. And it is the chlorella and reishi C vitamin C serum in this beautiful bottle. It is the most gorgeous serum. It's kind of like, I do DIY vitamin C serums if you want to save a lot of money. And there are other brands that I like as well that are way less expensive. But this is a little bit of a deluxe product. So you'll just use a tiny little bit of it. I mean, literally, that's like 3 or 4 drops. Goes a really, really long way. It just goes in beautifully. Oh my God, it smells amazing. So if you want to treat yourself to a beautiful deluxe vitamin C, this is by a brand called Mara. They have some other beautiful products. But either way, whatever way you want to swing it, you need to get a vitamin C serum on your skin first thing in the morning, because that will not only help to build collagen and elastin, but also it will help improve, it protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays, and also can help with a little brown spot. So there's a lot of advantages with that. Now, once you've got that on, the next thing is you've got to think about protecting your skin with some kind of sunscreen or protection. So there's a great brand called Suntegrity. I love Suntegrity for a sunscreen brand in general. It's a beautiful, beautiful brand. And Suntegrity has this brand, which is called this product, Natural Moisturizing Face Sunscreen and Primer. Now, I think it is SPF. Look, I've got to put my glasses on here. I think it's SPF 30. So I just want to show you, it does, oh my gosh, look, that went on my computer, literally on my computer, luckily only a drop. Okay, so goes on like that. And it does, at first you're like, oh my God, I'm going to look like a ghost. This looks really weird. But then I want to show you, it actually doesn't look like it's gone away, but it does go away. Okay, there. Okay, so there's that. So it will go away. But this is a really good, and is a good moisturizer and primer. So then on top of that, you can see it's a tiny little bit white, but then over that goes your foundation. Now, I want to show you a foundation that I found at Credo, which is one that I really, really love. And they said to me, this is almost like the alternative to a clean green version of something like a YSL or a foundation that you might find at, a Sephora or a department store. So it's by a brand called EXO. I think EXO is exclusive actually to Credo. Oh my gosh, obsessed. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foundation. They have, I can't remember how many different shades they have, EXO, there you go. But they have a lot. They really, really cover every single skin tone, skin shade. And it's interesting because they actually have a little sample card. I think it costs about $5, and it's worth getting that because it has all the different shades on it. And then you can really, really play with what your shade is. When I played with that sample card, I will say that I could have used maybe 4 different shades or 5 different shades. What the beautiful Tiffany, who was in my Credo in Los Angeles, explained to me, and it was a really good call, was I was like, do I go a little more golden or a little bit lighter? And she said, because it was sort of I was vacillating between 2 shades, and she said, go a little more golden because, and this might not be your situation, but it's mine, is I'm a little darker on my chest and neck because I've had a lot of sun and I've got, a little sun damage there. So for me, if I go lighter on my face, my chest and neck is going to look darker. Not a good look, right? But again, she had very pale skin, so it depends. Now, I'm going to try and show you here. So on it goes. Now this, you would want a brush or a beauty blender or whatever you would use for your regular foundation. Now, it actually has a lot of coverage. It gives a really good, like, as I said, compared to a YSL or one of the designer foundations at Chanel or something like that, or Estee Lauder, there's your comparison. But beautiful, beautiful coverage. So that's lovely. And if you want a dewy look, you would leave it. If you want a slightly, you want to take off the shine, then you will obviously use a powder. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. In fact, I'll get to it right now. So another brand, actually this particular brand I am utterly obsessed with, is Ilia. So Ilia does a beautiful powder. It is their loose powder. It's called the Soft Focus Finishing Powder. Obsessed with this because you don't get that cakey, powdery look, which, one moment you're on Zoom, the next moment you're on Instagram or whatever, or your different platform, or outside, just hello, seeing people face to face. There's a thing, right? But you want something that's just looks so beautiful and natural. So this powder by Ilia, absolutely gorgeous. And on top of the EXA foundation is absolutely beautiful. I said XO, actually. It's EXA, E-X-A, EXA. EXA. I'm just making sure I'm saying that absolutely right. Okay, now, 2 other products I want to show before I go on to some more Ilia products is this brand. Now, this is a splurge, a big splurge, but oh my gosh. So I just came across this and I'm like, I shouldn't even have seen this. This is going to be my obsession. But it's a brand called Westman Atelier. And Westman Atelier, very, very splurge worthy, very high end. You can just tell from the packaging, the products, but there's a couple of products that are absolutely insanely beautiful. So one is this is absolutely, I am quite obsessed with it. So it is their super loaded, tinted, what do they call it, actually? Let's see what they're calling. Super loaded tinted highlight, right? And it is called the Peau de Pêche. So let me explain. First off, to show you the whole packaging. So it comes in this little pouch, right? We come out of the pouch and it's a very heavy It feels super heavy, like super good quality, metal compact. And it's a highlighter, okay? But why I am quite obsessed with it is because a tiny bit goes a long way, and it can be used as a highlighter and a blush at the same time. You don't need both. So a little tiny little bit, literally, I'm just doing my finger like that, and then got a good mirror here, just a little bit there. I'm literally just sort of patting it on, and then on the apple of your cheek, can you see it'll give you a little sheen, a little color, a little highlight. It's almost like this. Oh, I've gone a little heavy on it, actually. Put a little too. Can you see how a little goes a long way? I'm like in danger, I look like a clown now. But beautiful. And what I love about this is it's tiny, right? And that's something that could just go with you everywhere. You can travel with it when we, go on vacation, whatever. So that's a beautiful product. They also have a foundation stick that I really like as a touch-up stick. Absolutely beautiful. And again, if you've got made up in the morning, but you need to touch up in the day, or the other thing with this foundation stick is it's beautiful. It's soft and very, very creamy and blendable. So it's also something that you could do under your eyes a little bit as well, as a little under eye concealer. So absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous products. I mean, everything's sort of magnetic. I love the way it sounds into my mic there. Beautiful. So that's Westman Atelier. I'll put all the links to all of these products that I'm showing you underneath the video. All right, we're getting there, but we are not done quite yet. So I want to show you two other Ilia products, or three actually, other Ilia products that I absolutely love. So Ilia has come up with this serum that is their sort of cult favorite, and there is absolutely no doubt in my mind why. So what it is called, it's the Super Serum Skin Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 40. 40, okay? So what you would do in the morning is you would basically put your vitamin C serum on. Some of you might need a moisturizer if you've got really dry skin, not everybody. And then on this goes. And I want to show you what it looks like. So it is everything that you could want all in one, in the sense of it is a serum with anti-aging ingredients in it. Love, you put it on, 40 SPF, and gives you coverage. Now, if you've got a young skin, like my daughter can use this, she's 19 and she doesn't need anything else. For me, I want something else as well. So I'm going to explain that to you. So there it is. Okay, you can see sun damage on my hands right there. Way too much sun in my lifetime. And then that's going on there. Now, when you first put it on, don't be alarmed. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so light. There are different shades, but this one I picked, and actually when I first put it on, I'm like, it's too light. But now, look, it's completely fine, perfect actually. It just melts into your skin and gives you that lovely light coverage. Love it, SPF 40. If you want a little bit more, you can either go to, which I am equally obsessed with, I'm wearing it now, these two products I'm wearing right now, is their foundation. And their foundation, again, full of skin-loving ingredients. It is the True Skin Serum Foundation, and they're calling them serum because they have these anti-aging ingredients in them. So you're sitting there with your skin being all nourished with these beautiful ingredients, and you're getting this gorgeous, and Ilia is very beautiful, natural coverage. It's really right up my street. So there, we've got that there, and I'm going to have so much foundation on my hands now. So obviously, and for the foundation, all foundations, I would recommend. You know what I do with foundations is you can see actually it's a little bit lighter than the Exa, but with all foundations, this is just what I do. And clearly I'm not a makeup artist, but what I do is I'll put it on with my fingers because then it feels like I'm not wasting it. It's not all being picked up in a brush or on a sponge. So I'll put it on my fingers, either on my hand, and I'll dot it on and I'll put it in, and then I blend it with a brush or a beauty blender, because I just don't want to waste this product, particularly if you're splurging on these slightly more expensive products. You really, really, really do not want to waste a drop of them, because they're so beautiful and you want them to last for a long time. Now, while we're on the subject of Ilia, and we're almost done, but they do have some lovely, lovely products that I wanted to share. So this lipstick I absolutely love. It's called the Color Block Lipstick. And it is absolutely lovely, lovely. And I'm just going to show you here. Oh my gosh, do I love that shade. This shade actually would work on pretty much anybody. It's a very, very natural shade, as you can see, but just the right amount of, it is called Amber Light. And for me, it is, and I think probably for you, for most people, what I love about it is it's natural, but it's very warm. Some natural pinks can have a slightly bluish tone to them, which I really don't like. So this is just absolutely lovely. The two other products that I think are just, for me, are hero products with Ilia, this brand, is the mascara is beautiful. I think it's a cult favorite for them. And I'm wearing that mascara right now, and it's very, very natural. So for me, when I'm on Zoom every day, I want a natural look. I don't want the big kind of like overdone eyelashes. It's really, really lovely. Does not clump, just separates. Beautiful. And the other thing that I really like, and I think it's quite unique, is their eyebrow gel. And it's called Natural Volumizing Brow Gel. And it really does volumize. I've got a little bit of volume there with this. And I have naturally quite light eyebrows. And it has a very unusual shaped brush. If you can see there, it's gone a little bit out of focus actually. But it's a natural, it's a little bit thicker. It's almost, I've never seen that shape before. So that, my friends, is it. So some really, really gorgeous, gorgeous products to be getting on with. And products, look, my hands are covered in foundation now. But just to give you a natural, smooth, polished look for your Zoom calls, or not even your Zoom calls, for every single day as well, for daylight. As I say, for me, being a 56-year-old woman, if I wear too much makeup, it looks really bad on me. It actually is quite aging. It gets into it just doesn't look good. So I like something that's light, that's natural, but I do need coverage for sure, because I do have, obviously, I've got wrinkles, and I've got, quite a lot of, little speckles and sun damage and whatnot and things like that. So I do definitely want that coverage. But most importantly, I want makeup that is going to work as skincare. That's what I really want to be sitting all day feeling, that my skin is safe, that my skin is protected, that I've got anti-aging ingredients on there, and that none of these products as is the case with Credo Beauty, nothing is going to harm you. There are no xenoestrogens in there. There's nothing that's going to enter, hurt your endocrine system, because still many beauty products out there, and highly perfumed products and whatnot, are hormone disruptors. And particularly as you get older, you do not want those products anywhere near your skin. You really want to be careful with that. So that's it from me, and I hope you enjoyed that. Products underneath the video, listed underneath the video, and I'll see you next time.